Greetings, YouTubers. How's it going out there in YouTube land? Hopefully you're surviving. If you're surviving, you're doing pretty good, right? Alright, so there is my 4.6 F-150 truck, VIN code 8, 3-valve. And I've got the, the heads off, and I got lots of videos in my playlist. Search on my channel, you'll find a lot of stuff that I've done to this truck. Basically rebuilt it, what it turned out to be. And I'm getting ready to put it all back together. Heads are in the garage and all that. Waiting some gaskets, head gaskets, but it ran great. Just had an exhaust leak and had to pull the heads off in order to get those exhaust valve studs out. And I sprayed it with a little bit of WD-40 in here and tried to clean it up a little bit. It was pretty rusty, so I'm letting it soak in. But I wanted to show you, there is a plug here on the top of this engine. And if you've never had one of these engines apart, especially on this one, you can see how deep this valley is here. And if you go all the way back here to the back, you see that big plastic plug? Well, that kind of got my attention. I thought, well, what is that there for? So I got up in here and I just kind of pulled it out like this, and basically it's just a big hole. So I got to thinking, well, a lot of people don't know about that. And if something happens here, let's say that right there starts leaking, it starts to get all rusty. If you live in the Northeast, weird things can happen. And if water starts leaking out of that antifreeze, it'll run back in here instead of filling all up in this valley here and running off onto the sides. It'll just drain down the hole and it'll go around the torque converter, and it'll leak out around the bottom of that transmission, and you're going to be like, where is it coming from? Well, more than likely it's going to be coming from up here. So I just wanted to show you guys that we got that plug here, and I haven't seen that in some of the other Fords, but this is the first 2010 I've taken apart that had this. So just so you know, if you see that leak on yours, then that might be a problem, or maybe a busted block or something. But there are really no soft plugs up here. The only place the water could be, or antifreeze could be coming from, would be this here. If you pull your head off, you got to be careful. There's a bolt back on the back of this head you got to take off. If you don't take that off, you yank that head off, then you can pull this out of the housing here. Let me just show you what it looks like. And there's a couple of O-rings right here. So mine are in good shape. This did not leak or anything, so you gotta be careful. And you see I got a little bit of rust starting right there on mine, so I don't know how prone these are to leaks like that and so forth. So just wanted to make a video for that for you guys, in case you ever have a mysterious leak coming in down around the bottom of the transmission between the engine and the block on the bottom down there. So, and of course if it's green, more than likely you'll know it's antifreeze from maybe this pipe rusting, getting a hole in it somewhere. So let me show you the heads real quick before we wrap the video up. And if you're watching some of my previous videos, you can see I won. I got stud bolts out. It's a heck of a job. Just pulled the heads out because you got more room, and there are all the new studs. Now what I'm going to do before I bolt this on, I'm going to pull these little studs back out, put anti-seize on them. Someone reminded me of that. It's probably going to be a good idea, because I doubt that this head will ever come back off again. Got all of them in, drilled out, had a weld, use a welder. I used a little bit of everything. Go back and look at my other videos and you'll see what I'm talking about. And they're all in, so all I gotta do is kind of clean up this here. Waiting on head gaskets. Got a couple online, free shipping for about $32. The local parts store wanted $140. I said, nope, I'll wait a few days. And like I said, there's all those are out. The only one I couldn't get out, and I had to retap, and I had to use a 5/8 bolt stud. I actually made this. Was with this one right here, and you can see there's not a whole lot of difference there in them. But that one there on the top was a little bit of a troublesome getting that out. But the rest of them, worked out pretty good. I had to retap a lot of them, do my own threads and all that. So a lot of videos online on how to do that. But if you're going to do your heads and you got an exhaust leak, yeah, you may have to pull off your heads in order to do it the right way. And trust me, it's probably going to be a lot faster by the time you break off bits and stuff, trying to get in around a frame, getting your hands in there. It's going to be a lot less work, actually, by taking these heads off and just doing it. And the engine ran great. It just had, when you started it up, it had that pop, 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 pop sound on both sides. And a lot of the studs were missing. So, and my manifold's good. got all these studs off okay, no problem, which is a miracle. I don't know how that happened there, but I got them all off and I can reuse that. So that is that. And here is what's left of the studs. Some came out, some did not. Used various tools, but like I said in my playlist, you'll see where I took the heads off and got the stud bolts out and how I did it and all that. Alright, so there you go, and here are the gaskets that I took off. They're in good shape, but you know, obviously I figured if I got the heads off, I might as well put new gaskets on it. And it's kind of hard to find gasket kits for this particular engine, the Vin 8. I found 5, 6s, Ws, lots of those gasket kits, but these are a little different only because of the, let me show you real quick here. We have a video of this intake. See how this intake's made? It's a little different than your average squirrel. So just a small gasket set under here, the plenum. So if you ever have a bad leak there or anything, air leak, sometimes you'll get a PO 430 code with that. So there you go. Just want to talk about that plug real quick. The mystery plug that some of you may not know about. And now, since you've watched this video, we all know about it. And having said that, hey, let me know where you're watching from right now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.